Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And I just want to welcome you to today's webinar, which is all on the 3 mindset tools that you need to roadmap a successful therapy business to create the life and the business that you want. So in today's webinar, I'm going to teach you the 3 mindset tools that you need and then give you a solution on how you can actually bring those into your life to create the life and the business that you want. So whether you're an existing therapist with many, many years experience, whether you are just studying at the moment, or whether you are looking at getting into the therapeutic world, then stay tuned. This webinar is for you. So I just want to make sure there's a chat button just in your right hand side. If you can just sort of type in there that you can hear me and see me okay, that would be great. So let me just put a little chat in there too. Can you hear me and can you see me? If any of you that are on the live webinar, hi Laura, thank you. You're in Essex, UK. Gosh, it's late for you. But yes, great. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear and see me. Wonderful. Okay, so that means we're all ready and good to go. Now, the presentation or the webinar that I'm going to show you with my slides, the system that I'm using, sometimes there's just a slight delay on the slides, so you'll have to bear with me. And New Zealand too, wonderful. So we've got both ends pretty much there. Okay, so I'm in Australia, so pretty much, well, a couple of hours behind you via lane there in New Zealand, but good to have you wherever you are in the world and with me on the webinar. So yeah, 3 mindset tools you need for road mapping that successful therapy business. So I want to show you how you can, as I said, curate and combine the life and the business that you want. So, great. It's so good to see all of you guys on there. So wonderful. And Veronique from California in the USA. Wonderful. Great. So welcome everybody. So I'm going to talk to you as we move through. I'm going to give you a roadmap really for today's webinar, just to show you where we're going with this. And I'll also give you a little bit of information about myself too, because some of you will have already done some of my courses. Some of you may not have heard of me at all, and that's absolutely fine. So as we go through, I'll give you the roadmap. I'm going to show you those 3 mindset tools, and then I'm going to give you the solution that you can do to incorporate that into your daily life. So it's all about me today, showing you how really you can make that ultimate shift if you're struggling as a therapist to having really consistent clients and consistent revenue too. So hi Kelly, you're from Perth, Western Australia. So somebody here in the same continent as me, which is great. And welcome everybody wherever you are. So really, if you're feeling stretched too thin and confused as to what you need to do next to grow your business, and let's face it, we've all been there at particular points in our business, and it can feel like you're at burnout, you're stretched too thin, and the whole thing to really expand your business can feel confusing. So I'm going to hopefully show you a very simple roadmap to do that. So really, at the end of our time together, you're going to learn the steps that you need to navigate to ensure that you can build for yourself a successful therapy business, which is exciting. Now, if you stay with me until the end of the webinar, I'll be giving you a free gift, which is a guidebook, which goes more in depth into things. And I'll be giving you the link to download that. And that's the top 5 mistakes that all therapists make and how you can avoid them, which again is a really crucial part into having that really for a successful business. So make sure that you're staying with me until the end. So to really get the most of this webinar and the most out of the time that you're dedicating to listening to me today, it's best really if you can turn off all distractions, whether that is your mobile phone, your computer, wherever it is, whatever it is, turn off those distractions because you owe it to yourself to really give this opportunity, your full attention. And it's so easy to get distracted with things nowadays, isn't it? That's part of sometimes, holding back in growing your business. So, but really, for the first 5 minutes or the first few minutes, let's have some fun together. And I'll be sort of chatting to you all and looking for some of your feedback in some of the in the chat boxes too, so we can make this an interactive webinar. So we want to understand, really, for you to understand and be honest with yourself where you are right now in 3 areas. So your mindset, your business, and your finances. So just take a moment to really think, where are you in your mindset? Do you really believe that you can have a successful therapy business, or is there something there, a little niggle or 2 or 10 or 20 things that are maybe running in the background that are perhaps holding you back from stepping forth? And we'll look at this as the webinar goes on. So where are you right now in your mindset? Because that's such an important element of a successful business. Where are you in your business? Are you a well-established therapist? Are you at the beginning? Are you still studying? It doesn't really matter where you are in your business, but just for yourself. And where are you in your finances? Would you say at the moment, from your business, you're financially abundant? Are you really struggling to get clients? What is it here? And hi, Glenys there in Canada. So just take a few moments for you to really reflect and really be honest with yourself. Now, I said on the previous slide, look, let's have some fun. We don't want to get into a negative mindset. It's just looking honestly where you are now. In your mind, can you believe, do you know that inside yourself, you've got the tools to take you to a successful therapy business? Because absolutely you can do that. Where are you in your business itself? And where are you in your finances? Because it can feel sometimes like you're always chasing your tail, always wanting more money, always wanting something else, and it's never consistently flowing for you. But look, let's face it, there's never been any education to actually make it different. So when I sort of researched the market on this, there was nothing that had been sort of put together to show therapists particularly. There's lots of sort of social media marketing that are aimed at the masses, but particularly when it comes to the therapy market, there's never been any education to make it any different for you or for so many people. So it's about understanding where you are right now. Now, at the end of the webinar, then you're going to do a little exercise at the end of the webinar, or take some time if you've got that additional time. After the webinar, what do you do to yourself to self-sabotage perhaps your business? So again, it's getting really honest with yourself. What do you do to self-sabotage? And that's a really important thing, Is there something that's holding you back where perhaps you don't want your business to get bigger? Well, why not? Is there a fear of being known? Is it a fear of not being good enough, not being able to help people with the right tools? Exactly what is it? So what do you do to self-sabotage? And then on the flip side, what can you do to bring your dream to life? So have a think about how you would really love your business, your finances, your mindset to be, and what could you do to bring that dream to life? So that's just an exercise from after the webinar. So Debbie's saying here that you're ready to set everything aside to concentrate and study. Another beautiful lady there from Canada. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And that's going to give you a great foundation there. So just that little exercise after the webinar. Okay. So you really are in the right place. So I'm going to look at 3 or talk to you about 3 things, and hopefully you'll resonate with these 3 things and know that you're in the right place for today's webinar. So you're in the right place if you feel excited in yourself about creating a business that is going to impact thousands of people while earning an income that can absolutely change your life. So if that sounds like what you want to do, then great, you're in the right place. You're also going to be in the right place if you're motivated to limit your one to one client work to those people or those kind of people that you really enjoy working with and that are actually going to pay you what you're worth. So that really you can spend more time doing the things that you love with the people you love. And really, absolutely, that's what it comes down to, doesn't it? We all want finances that are is going to give us more time to spend with the people that we love. So if that feels like you, then absolutely you're in the right place too. And you're also in the right place if you're intrigued by an idea that you can simplify your business and your life while you would follow a proven roadmap to create your own success. So hopefully you're recognizing yourself in one of those three things, and that knows and that's going to show you that you're here and you're in the right place. So tell me in the chat box, which one of those would you identify with? Would you be number one, excited about creating an impact? Number two, motivated to limit your one-to-one work that is going to pay you what you deserve? Or three, is it to simplify your business and follow a proven roadmap for success? So find the chat box, that's just in the right hand corner if you're on a laptop. Violin, yeah, all three for me. I was going to say a lot of people are going to identify with all three of those. For some, it might be just one or two of those three things. It really doesn't matter. Mandy's saying all three. Yeah, Laura, excited about creating an impact. Yep, yep, Diane, all three. So Veronique, number one for you for sure, and also two. And why not three? So yeah, all three, great. Phoenicia too, brilliant, awesome. Yeah. So they're three real key things, aren't they? That is going to get you motivated. That's going to really show you the right way to go in your business, which is awesome, Nikki. Franisha, did I say your name right? It was a lucky guess, so that's pretty good. And Nikki, all three for me. Great. I'm so glad. I don't always do that, but that's great. So, really, whatever your motivation, whether it was one, two, or three, or all three of them, I fully support you in that. And they're all great reasons for wanting, to have an amazing business that's going to run the way that your life wants to run it. So, as I said at the beginning of the webinar, some of you may have done some courses with me. Some of you may not have heard of me. So let me give you a little bit of information about myself as well. So Julie's saying, hi from the Gold Coast, just down the road from me, really. I'm at the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Julie. And Iris, yeah, all three for me. So, yes, as you can probably tell from my accent, I am from the UK originally. I've been here on the beautiful Sunshine Coast in Queensland for the last 3.5 years. Not sure how long I'll actually be here, but I'm enjoying it at the moment. We'll just see what the future brings. But yeah, certainly a very big change from living in the UK most of my life. So 3 pictures there. The first one was taken a couple of years ago when I had my website redeveloped, and that was just in a local park near to where I lived here on the Sunshine Coast. The middle picture is with my partner and my now 8.5-year-old daughter. That was taken maybe 3 years ago, probably a few months into moving here to Australia, but my daughter now she's coming up to 9 in October, so life goes very quickly, as we know. And the third picture on the right-hand side is a beautiful group of people that when I was in the UK, I did a lot of face-to-face hypnotherapy and regression training, all kinds of training in the northwest of England. And that was one of the lovely groups that came along to be trained by me. In more recent years, I've pivoted everything to working pretty much solely online, as it suited my lifestyle really a little bit better, and gives me the flexibility, especially with a energetic 8.5-year-old. So that's pretty much who am I. I'll tell you a little bit more about me in a second. So presently, as we speak, I have created over 130 online programs. A lot of those are in the hypnotherapy and regression field, but there's also a lot of counseling courses, a lot of complementary therapy courses like life coaching, reflexology, all kinds of a manner of things. I've always also created courses in criminology, forensic psychology, but so over 130, but predominantly my background is hypnotherapy and regression. Presently, I've got, I think, just over 200,000 students that are enrolled in 199 countries around the world. So pretty much every country in the world I'm lucky enough to say I have a student in. And that has given me a very nice multiple six-figure revenue, which has, made my life a lot easier than it used to be without working one-to-one with clients or running, those, you need a lot of energy for running face-to-face training. So I have pivoted everything online and made what is quite a sort of successful business, which is really great. So I'm here to share some of those aspects with you too. So that's probably enough information about me. We want to get on with the 3 mindset tools, don't we? But just a little bit more, that really in that multi six-figure revenue business, 80% of that revenue comes from the creation of my own programs. So I am involved in some other little things where I have my, what's the saying, I've put my thumb into many pies. But I have now got the ability where I can say no to any projects that I feel are going to drain me. So, if I'm requested to do face-to-face trainings or one-to-one sessions or any other things that at that particular point I don't want to do, I've got the financial ability to be able to say no to that, which is great. But it means then, of course, that I can say yes to the absolute projects that light me up, which is great. This has all been about creating that business for me so that I can show you how to do the same too. So imagine for yourself, so in this webinar, we've already looked at a couple of areas of self-reflection. So let's, and I'm going to sort of be doing that as we move through, because in order for you to see where you're at, in order for you to see the benefits of things, you do have to take a moment at least to just reflect on where you are and where you want to get to. So really imagine if you had the ability, maybe you do already, but imagine if you had the ability to say yes to the things that only light you up in your life and your business. So not just in your business, but in your life too. So you were free of the things that drained you. Wouldn't that be amazing? So if you brought those dreams to life, you would be combining some specific mindset tools with step-to-step practical processes. And that's really the single most powerful and strategic way that you can impact the world whilst also growing your income and your freedom to what can be absolutely life-changing levels for yourself. And some beautiful pictures there. So let's give you that roadmap of where we're going today. So first of all, we're going to look quickly at avoiding the 5 mistakes that most therapists make. And I'll give you a download to go ahead and download at the end of the webinar that's going to go into that much more deeper. But that's going to be our first port of call today. We're then going to be moving on to the 3 mindset tools for success, which is the title of today's webinar, and really all what you're here to look at. And then after that, we are moving on to the 3 steps to create and design a thriving therapy business. Now, the 4th step that I'm going to go through with you is to, once you've seen all of those things, is where you can take advantage of an opportunity to work with me to build your thriving therapy business. And the last step is I'm happy to spend as long as is necessary on a live Q&A here today. So you've got me live. At the end, I'm happy to answer any questions for you on anything that we've covered today. So they're the 5 steps, the roadmap that we're going to look at. So really the first tool that you need to create that thriving therapy business is to avoid the top 5 mistakes that most therapists make. Now, as I've said before, this could really be where you're thinking about getting into the therapeutic world, where you're studying to get through, you're studying at the moment, or whether you're already an established therapist and you just are looking for something to expand your existing therapy business. So it's about avoiding the top 5 mistakes that most therapists make. So now, if you've made these common mistakes, you're absolutely not alone. So you should know that, and know also that I have also made those mistakes, which is why I can put it together for you and show you that, which is the great thing. So you're absolutely not alone in doing that. Now, these slides are a little bit slow sometimes. Come on. There's always a technical hitch. There is always a technical hitch. Come on. And sometimes it runs so beautiful, and sometimes it just goes super slow. So I want to go back to the first mistake. Come on, slides. Play nicely. So the first mistake, there is always something technical that happens on webinars. So the first mistake out of those top 5 mistakes is that a therapist or an aspiring therapist, there's always an underlying subconscious belief about money. Now, the PDF, the download that I'm going to give you, if you stay with me to the end of the webinar, is going to go into these more in depthly. But the first mistake that somebody has if they're trying to build a brilliant business and they're not managing it is there's a subconscious belief there about money. Okay, and maybe that's something that you've seen for yourself. Maybe that's something where you're just kind of continuing and it's just running there in the background. Now I am dutifully waiting for mistake number 2. Please start playing nicely. So mistake number 2 is about lacking consistent clients. So there's a subconscious belief about money that's stopping them from reaching their income and revenue goals. And the second is they're lacking consistent clients, probably because of that first mistake. Now, the third one, there's other blockages that are stopping you from achieving what you want. Now, that could be anything like perhaps other people not having a belief in you, that really are, sort of making comments, doing things, saying things that are really stopping you from moving forward. And maybe, so for mistake number 4, that could be, come on, slide. It was working so beautifully. Okay. So you're going to get to see the slides before I've even had a chance to go over them with you. Come on. So mistake number 4, yeah, which is I touched on with number 3, was holding back from fear of judgment from other people. So when you feel that other people are judging you, whether that's members in your family, whether that is members really with, you know, other therapists that you know, then really that is going to hold you back, whether you're aware of that or not. Come on, slides. Mistake number 5, feeling overwhelmed by marketing. Now, all of you will have at least a couple of these, I would think, but certainly number 5, you will at some point, if not for all of your therapy business, when you're trying to expand, is that you will be overwhelmed by marketing. But as I said, remember that as we move through the webinar, you're going to get this free download, this 3 guidebook, and that's going to go more in depth into the top 5 mistakes that all therapists make. So that is going to go more in depth, and I will give you the link as we move through. Slides, come on. This is not great. Okay, I wonder if actually this one. Okay, now let's see if it starts behaving. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a couple of testimonials as well as we move through the webinar. So the first tool was looking at those 5 top mistakes that all therapists make. Now, I worked with a guy called Stephen when I was in the UK in Manchester, and he came to me and said, Karen, look, wouldn't it be great if he felt that his therapy work was his proper job? Because he'd always had people saying to him, that's not a proper job. You should get yourself a proper job, really. You know, something that's going to give you a reliable wage and do something proper. So he came to me and said, wouldn't it be great if I felt that the therapy work that I was doing was my proper job? He also wanted to feel that it was absolutely right for him to charge people for therapy. And that's something that, again, all of us go through. You know, we want, often it's a misconception that, you know, if you're helping somebody, you shouldn't charge for it. But really, it's just an exchange of energy. And that comes from having your own self-belief, your own, you know, really absolute rock solid knowing in your therapy is going to help to change somebody's life, somebody's world. And he also wanted to understand, excuse me, the world of marketing. So 3 things there. Just bear with me a second as I just take a little drink here. And I wait for the slide to catch up with me. This is such a great bottle. Breathe. Okay. So the second tool that you need is to understand the 3 essential mindset tools for success. And that's what you need to do. That's what the webinar is all about. But the first tool, remember, was those top 5 mistakes, which is the download that I'm going to give to you at the end of the webinar. So the second is understanding the 3 essential mindset tools for success. Now, I'm actually just wondering whether this is going to be, just bear with me a second, because I'm going to see if I can do something that is going to make it easier. Gosh, these slides, what is going on? Right. Just bear with me a second, because this is not good. We can't wait this long. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen. No, I've got a feeling that's not going to work. Now, can you all see my slide on another screen? Are you able to see the slide on another screen of mine? Ah, this is crazy. Okay. 2. Okay. Okay. Gosh, I'm so sorry about this, guys. This really is not helpful. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen and it's just not working. Oh man, these slides are so slow. So number 1 came up first. Okay. Yeah, these things happen all the time. I know, it's super frustrating. Okay, so okay, so we're going to have to just roll with it. I apologize for the delay. So let's have a look. So the second one is the second tool, looking at the 3 essential mindset tools. So we mentioned this slightly before, but it's if you look at your relationship with money, are you influenced by your genetic background? Which means basically, are your ancestors, are your ancestors actually governing your present day, basically? So all the mindset of your ancestors, going back down your female line, going back down your male line, are all coming forward, and it's still operating through your mind, which means that you've still got the mindset of your parents. You you are not sure if I exist in 3D. Okay, so have you got that genetic mindset? That's something that you've got to look at. The essential mindset tool number 2 is exploring fears, failures, and lack of confidence. So it's all about looking at what I would class as the fall of the enthusiastic and having a fraud mindset. And it's actually about taking a moment, but taking more than a moment to feel your absolute confidence in your abilities. No worries, Siri, you're welcome. No, I am real. So, yeah, the essential mindset tool number 2 is all about exploring your fears, failures, and lack of confidence. So, the fall of the enthusiastic and the fraud mindset is really where we start off in our therapy and we are so enthusiastic. Yeah, I'm going to help so many people. This is going to really, really help lots of people. This is going to do wonders. And you start off all enthusiastic, and then one by one, maybe some things don't work. The right techniques don't always happen, etc., etc. And that confidence starts to drop a little bit. And then you start to have a feeling of the fraud mindset where you're thinking, gosh, do you know what? Can I really do this? Am I as good as that person? And these little fears, these little doubts start to come in. Now, somebody amazing that I know, Joe LaRose, that I've done a lot of work with, said there's nothing like the communication of frequency on the mind, the brain, and the body. And so it changes you at a cellular level, altering your ability to attract in absolutely what you're focusing on. So if you had something that could create the frequency where the communication of the mind, body, and the brain were all in balance, that would change you so much at that cellular level. It's going to alter your ability to attract in whatever it is that you're focusing on. So what she's saying is those three elements have to all be in balance. Otherwise, what you're trying to bring in is just not going to work. So the essential mindset tool number 3 is knowing how to move past your mindset and how to move past your self-sabotage. So just imagine that if you didn't have those elements, and that there are things that we all have at certain points in our life, how would your life be? How would your business be in that time? So yeah, if you could move past your mindset that had those blockages, if you could move past your self-sabotage, just take a moment for you to reflect how that business and how your life would be. Because it's not, we're talking here primarily on a therapy business, but we're also looking at your life too. So, you know, that comes, of course, as a package. So, the third is having a practical, step by step guide to build what is a thriving therapy business. And so, as we wait for the slide to download, it must be teaching me patience. So, yes, running your own therapy business can feel overwhelming, and look, often does. Because it can feel like, do you know what? You're on your own. There's only you most of the time in that business. There's nobody to talk about the sessions. Had a really heavy session with somebody, with a client, you know, how do you deal with that? Who do you talk to about it? You know, perhaps your partner, not really interested, although it's confidential. Might be elements of your day you want to talk about. You know, it's a lonely business, even if you can feel sometimes connected to other therapists. So it's also knowing about who your ideal customer is, where do they hang out, locally and online. And actually, yeah, what the hell does that even mean? What does it mean? Where do they hang out? Well, if you want to attract local clients, you need to know where they're hanging out, what kind of places they hang out at. Not so you can go and actually stalk them, but so that you can target them if you want to reach them. And again, with online. So it's about starting in the digital world of attracting your ideal customer. So you've really got to know what that ideal customer is. It's about working with websites, navigating social media, advertising, and either keeping your business local or keeping it a worldwide business or combining the two. So you'd have to think, is the digital world for you as a therapist? Is that for you? It's about knowing and having a proven roadmap that can show you how to turn that overwhelm around so that you have 100% knowledge and confidence. So who here has felt overwhelmed in their business? Let me know in the chat box while I wait for these slides to download. Yeah, Chrissy, you, absolutely. Yeah, I would imagine probably all of you have, yeah, and it's so easy to do. So which one of these three is the next one that you need, would you say? Yeah, absolutely. Most of you are saying that. So would you say it's the first one, which is learning how to get started in the digital world as a therapist? Is it the second one, like learning how to get a website for your therapy business? Is it the third one, learning social media and advertising so that you can attract clients locally and worldwide? So again, let me know one, two, or three. All three, Veronique, yeah. I mean, some people, if they've been in the therapy business for a long time, they don't even have a website. Not everybody, but a lot of people don't. They haven't, because they've been in it for such a long time, they haven't moved into the digital world. So they don't even have a website. They might have just relied on a face to face. Maybe that all dropped off during COVID. So it's been a funny time. So yeah, Violent, yeah, feeling confident to get paid, all three. So Lara, you've got a website but no traffic from it at all. Okay. Yeah, that's easy because you can create a website, but it's then how do people find you? It's like it gets lost in the millions and billions of websites out there. So yeah, that's three essential things really. How to get started, learning how to get a website, and learning social media. So again, a lot of it can feel overwhelmed because if you haven't done any of those, or like Violaine said, if you're still studying, that might just be your main area of focus now. So if you look at your business, what would you? This is a really good question actually. So what would you stop doing if your business, in your business, if it became the business that you wanted? So if it became your ideal business, what would you stop doing? So for me, all that time ago, because I'd reached a little bit of burnout, I wanted to stop one-to-one sessions and I wanted to stop face-to-face trainings. So if I had for me at that point, if my business was the ideal business, what would I have stopped? If you'd have asked me that, I'd have said that. Yeah, so Nikki, you're saying stop one-to-one and start online. Yeah, I mean one-to-one, it's energetically hard. Okay, so another testimonial. Now Susan, a beautiful lady that I worked with, now she realized that she'd been holding herself back over the years, but because she was already a therapist, she thought she was beyond help. Now, having taken this proven roadmap, she actually realized that she wasn't, that she was ideally the sort of person that could be helped with a proven roadmap to having a successful therapy business. So the question then that I would like to ask you and that you would like to ask yourself is, would you want to work with me? Do you want me to help you to create the freedom within your life and business where you can build your lifestyle around it as soon as possible? I mean, how would that be if you could follow something that was a proven roadmap to create the business within your life and create the freedom, within your life and business? So it's about building something that's going to bring in revenue, that's going to bring in the wonder of working in therapy, but where it's going to work around your lifestyle. Now, come on, slides. So there's two options, I guess, that you have in life. I always kind of like to refer to them as like the two paths, if you like. The first is that you could try to continue to build your therapy business without using any mindset tools or a plan. And you would then run the big risk of being in the same place this time next year? Or would you take the second path, option 2, where you can 100% commit to creating and launching your therapy business using an absolutely proven roadmap, which is going to take you to success? Now, if that's the case, which one would you be? Would you take option 1 or would you take option 2? Yes, Siri, I'm in Australia, so I'm only available online. Yeah, so most of you would go option 2, absolutely. But also, option 1 is fine too. So, yeah, option 2 sounds smart, absolutely, Nikki. I want to invite you today to join my Academy of Thriving Therapy. So there is so much contained in that is really being brought together from all of my years' experience as a therapist, all of my years of experience of working one-to-one clients, face-to-face training programs, and building an online business. And I've packaged this all together. Now, it's the only online academy of its kind, and it's going to give you all the tools, all the training, and all the coaching that you need as a therapist so that you can transform your practice and deliver life-changing results for your clients. So I'm going to run through exactly what's covered in the academy for you, because it is a proven roadmap and it's going to give you a step-by-step pathway through to success. And it gives you a chance to connect with me personally twice a month too. But if these slides behave themselves, I can start to tell you. So inside the academy, you have, or you will get, instant access to over 100 of my accredited courses and training manuals. So when this slide finally decides to download, every course that I've ever created, and actually it's about 130 courses now, are within there on your self-study courses. So you've got hypnotherapy courses, regression courses, energy courses, complementary therapy courses, business courses, everything that you need. Approximately 130 courses in there. Now, the value of that, because each of those sell for $135 on my website, the value of those 130 courses is just over $15,000. But there's also 2 additional courses that I'm going to tell you about as well, that's only available within the academy. And then I've got some special bonuses. Siri, you're so kind. How do I know these things? So much experience of working and doing so many different therapies, but also finding out the most successful ones. So you will also have coaching with myself every month that is going to move you towards growth for your business and life. Now, these are group coaching calls, and they take place twice a month. Now, I alternate the times because my students are all over the world. So one time I'll do the webinars that are really, good times for Australia and New Zealand. The next, there'll be European friendly times. The next month, it'll be US friendly times. So you've all got a chance to connect with me on the live coaching calls. And one of those a month is dedicated just to hypnotherapy and regression. The other one is dedicated as an open coaching call where you can come to me with anything really that you want to know about, any of the other courses, or the business courses as well, and also the bonuses that I'm going to talk to you about. So you've also, as well, within the community, you've got the other therapists. So you've got peer learning support from other therapists that are just like you. And they're really at every stage of their therapy journey. Some are still studying, Some are right at the beginning of their therapy career. Some of them are, they've had lots and lots of years of experience. So I've got all three elements of therapists in there, and you're all there supporting each other. There's a specialized Facebook group just for the academy. So you can post in there as well at any point. You don't have to wait for the coaching call, but you can jump on live, as I say, twice a month with the coaching calls. And I'm there without something that's slowing down any slides. There's no slides in there. I'm just there waiting to answer your questions. So it's really good that actually, even if you don't have any questions, you can just jump on and come and have a chat with me about your business, even if it's some support that you need with clients that you've had or clients that you've got coming up. Okay, so those combined things of the courses, the peer support, and the coaching course is an actual combined value of over $16,000. Now, that's not all. There's also 2 mastermind programs that I've put in there. Now, as I'm trying to get the slides moving on a good part, we might have got past those slides, but they are the Regression Mastermind, which previously sold as a standalone program for $5,000, and my Hypnotherapy Code, which sold as a standalone product for $1,000. So there's $6,000 of content there as well. But a bonus that I'm giving you is also a mastermind program called Build Your Thriving Therapy Business. And this has just been placed inside the academy. Now, this is the only online training of its kind that is going to show you exactly how to create, to build, and to market your business as a therapist. So I know, guys, I'm going to come to the cost. It's a very low monthly cost that you can join the academy on. But the Build Your Thriving Therapy Business is going to show you the roadmap, okay, to create, build, and market your business. So this is combined with mindset tools that are specifically shaped to ensure that you reach success and you maintain that in your business. So I am so sorry for these slides. It is very, very frustrating. So you're going to outline your business with clear definitions for moving forward. You're going to deeply, deeply explore your mindset, because this is an important part of actually going out there. If you've still got these subconscious beliefs, these barriers, these fears that are holding you back, where you'll feel like you're playing small or whatever. Veronique, I'll come to all of those bits in a second. Then you're covered. And so I am taking you in to explore your own mindset in so many of the modules of the Build Your Thriving Therapy Business program. So come on, slides. Yeah, it's a monthly program. I'll get to that in a second. But what you'll put into action is you are going to have a clear step-by-step program, a roadmap. It's going to show you different revenue streams that are going to work for you. So you're going to enjoy the fruits of passive income if you wanted to. So whatever way you want to run your business, whether it's working with clients one-to-one, doing training, building a passive income, I have been there and done all of these elements and successfully marketed my business to multi-6 figures, going into 7 figures shortly. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So within the Build Your Thriving Therapy Business bonus, you've got 12 modules. That includes setting up your business, defining it, looking at marketing, There's a lot of mindset tools as well, because as I say, this is so essential for you to explore. And you're really going to look at the end of your passion, your vision, your legacy. Slide. Now, these are the 2 mastermind programs. I thought we'd gone past that in my haste to deal with these pesky slides, as my daughter would call it, pesky. So the bonus 2 that you're going to get with the Academy, it's the hypnotherapy code for massive client breakthroughs. Now, this was a standalone course that is on no other platform other than my own, that I previously sold for $1,000, and that's going to take you very in-depthly into every aspect of hypnotherapy. I then built the Regression Mastermind, which I sold for $5,000 US. And if you're ever interested in regression, whether that's past lives, parallel lives, between lives, future lives, that's included as a bonus too. Now, I've given you in the first part of the Build Your Thriving Therapy Business bonus, it's practical steps, but it's little practical steps of defining your business, if you like, but it's also mostly looking at the mindset. Now, I couldn't give you this program without giving you absolutely, come on, slides, you're killing me, without giving you an absolutely practical step. Okay, and the practical step was called Supercharge Your Business, and that's 9 hours of bonus content. Thank you. Which is specifically marketing your therapy business. So this is going to take you through every step of a website design, creating giveaways to build an email list that you can market to, Facebook ads, running webinars, all of that. So the first part of that Build Your Thriving Therapy Business is mostly the mindset, but you're defining your business too. This second part, the Supercharge Your Business, is your practical steps of 9 hours content to create, marketing, giveaways, Facebook ads, etc. So totally combined, everything in the Academy is worth over $26,000. So this is the price you've all been waiting for. So you can get all of this today if you join my Academy for just $47 a month. And let me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up a link now of where you can actually just do that. You should be able to see a link that you can click on there and sign up to the Academy of Thriving Therapy. So it's $47 a month. Yes, this is going to be around at the moment. No, Nikki, you don't have access to that because this is just something that is on my own website. So it's completely separate just for me. So this is included in all of this. Now, yes, it is going to be around, but for this webinar, I'm only giving you the bonuses of the Build Your Thriving Therapy Business and the Supercharge Your Business in with this webinar if you sign up. There's also an extra little bonus coming for you as well if you sign up today. And I'll go into that in a second. So look, at the end of the day, I am absolutely not special at all. I've just found an amazing way to pivot my business where I've had a proven roadmap that I've created that's worked successfully for me. So I know that it's going to work successfully for you, where you can follow step by step if you want to build or expand your business. Now, if you were to find that once you joined the Academy, that you didn't find it was for you, that's not a problem at all. Within 7 days, contact me and I'll give you a full refund. So your initial investment is just $47 a month for over 26,000, and that's US dollars content. So I wanted to bring everything that I'd done really on my own platform and bring it in to give you something that's going to enable you to build this along the way. And remember, you've got coaching calls in that as well. So it's not just a ton of content, it's the coaching calls. Now, if you join up today, this is only available during this webinar, and I've not offered it before at all. I'm going to give you a live bonus, which is an MP3 set on a 0-point focus, which if you've been on my website, you'll see, and it's all about wealth creation. So what that's doing is it's using quantum physics to enable you to materialize wealth. Because there's a very special place in your brain that the 0-point focus takes you to, the recordings take you to. And what that does is it starts to create wealth in your life of whatever you want very quickly. So that's normally sold on my website for $47, but I'm giving you that for free only if you join today on the monthly membership. So remember, which road were you? Which option were you? Option 1, option 2. So option 1, remember, you can try to continue your therapy business excuse me, without your mindset tools, and you run that risk of being in the same place this time next year. Or as I take a breath or breathe, you can come and join the Academy, where you can 100% commit to taking that successful roadmap, okay? So look at all that's included on there. You've got 130 courses, you've got the Regression Mastermind, the Hypnotherapy Code, the Build Your Thriving Therapy Business, and the Supercharge Your Business Too. So the free bonus is just for today as well, which is the 0-point focus, yeah. So how many months does the course go for? It's a rolling monthly subscription. So you would just continue with that for as long as you needed. You know, you might take it for 3 months, you might take it for 12 months. You might decide that this is the best investment ever, and you want to just continue with that. So when you click the link that you can see on your screen, you will see, first of all, you'll land on that page, which is my Academy of Thriving Therapy enrollment page. And if the slides behave, they started being not so bad. Yeah, you fill in your details, so your contact information, all your payment information there, and click Enroll Now. What that will do is it will give you a thank you page and tell you that you will have an email with your login details within the next 20 minutes. Normally it's immediately. At that point, you can then join the special Facebook group. So you check your email and that will show you that here's your login details. So just showing you the process. It's super easy, super clear. And then you go to my member website, put in your username, password, and then go to Academy of Thriving Therapy within the members area. Nikki, no, it's US dollars. So the $47 a month is US. I should have made that clear to all Aussies, Kiwis, Canadians. It is US dollars. Just because generally it's easier because my students are around the world. It's easier to have that as a global currency. So we've made it very easy for you to enroll, for you to get the bonuses, for you to join us. And then you'll see, yeah, no problem at all. So I will show you here inside the course, just to get you familiar with that. So yeah, $47 a month in the Academy of Thriving Therapy. all the courses, all the bonuses, twice monthly coaching calls. The most important thing that I think you need as a successful therapist is somebody to bounce off, a mentor that's going to say, well, try it this way. Have you thought about doing it this way? Why don't you do that? So come and join me on the live coaching calls that we have twice a month. You've also got the Facebook group. Come and just post in there anytime, a day, and I'm there to answer you. So you're going to be able to overcome defining, clarifying, understanding your ideal client, so you know how to easily bring them into your therapy business. Glenys, great, welcome. That's amazing. Okay, Iris, no problem. You can see the URL is academyofthrivingtherapy.com. Glenys, I'm super excited to have you on board, and anybody else that's joining too. And I thank you all for this, for your patience with this, with these slides. So you're going to be able to overcome your mindset to growing your business. Remember, removing the self-sabotage. We all do it. It's something that's in everybody because we've been conditioned that way. So we want to overcome this self-sabotage. We want to overcome the playing small and overcome any other mindset issues there. And you're going to have a clear step-by-step process for marketing your business that is going to give you high converting strategies. So for you, it's no more guessing games. It's not throwing your money away on Facebook ads that don't work. You're going to get the techniques that are going to work for you as a therapist. So you're going to know how to build a thriving therapy business that can grow using different revenue streams. And if you want to build a passive income, you're going to be able to join to enjoy the fruits of that passive income that are, most importantly, let's face it, leaving you to enjoy a new lifestyle and a business that suits and works around you. So really, that's all that you need to do. It's about building things that's going to work around you, that's going to give you the money that you want to do. So you're also, of course, within the Academy of Thriving Therapy, you're going to overcome being in the same situation in 3, 6, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years. So it's about time, if you feel you want to bust your fears, come bust your fears with me. Bring in the success, because the Academy of Thriving Therapy is going to do that for you. So Susan from Colorado, now she said she was amazed by how much she was holding herself back over the years. She actually hadn't realized it. She thought she was beyond help as she was a therapist. And having joined the Academy now, she can see what's been holding her back and can't wait to see what the future brings. So beautiful Susan there in Colorado. And it gave her a sense of excitement about her business. Because if you're suffering from burnout, from feeling so tired and almost that you've just had enough, that excitement is not there. Tippy in Brazil, he felt that the Academy is so extensive, but it's designed in such a simple flow that it enables you to absorb things on every level. He said it gave him so much confidence and enabled him to create the income and the business that he wanted. So remember, you can go to academyofthrivingtherapy.com. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Nikki, no problem at all. And let me give you, in a second, I will just give you now on the offers. I'm going to change that, and you can now download the free top 5 mistakes all therapists make and how you can avoid them. So you can download that now. Just click where it says download now, and that will take you to the URL. You can either read it in your browser or download it to your computer, depending on the device that you're doing. And remember, the bonuses are only if you sign today on the webinar. So I'm going to be coming back to answer any questions in just a second. So let's just go back to the chat. And so the Academy of ThrivingTherapy.com, just $47 US per month. There's so much content in there. But again, the most important thing really is that you will be having the coaching calls and the Facebook group to get the support that you need for that thriving therapy business. So if you have any questions at all, please comment in the message box on your computer or on your iPad or your phone, whatever device you are joining me on today. And I'm happy to answer any questions for you. And I do thank you all for your outstanding patience, really for, for your outstanding patience for the slides. So Lara, you're asking how many people on average are on the coaching calls. It's not something at the moment where there's thousands of people queuing. I've only just launched it. So before the webinar started today, you basically, there was, thank you, Diane, there was only about 70 people in the Academy, because I've only just launched it in the last month. So yes, so there's a percentage of those that come on the coaching calls. So if you come and join me on the coaching calls, it's not something where you're going to have to wait hours to speak to me. So it's very manageable at the moment. Yeah. Okay, Laura, no problem at all. You're absolutely welcome. I'm happy to answer any other questions that anybody else has. So Siri, you can only join that Facebook group if you do join the Academy. So once you join the Academy, then you'll get the link to join that Facebook group, but it's just for members that are in the paid membership for the Academy of Thriving Therapy. Okay, so right now it doesn't look, yes, so you've joined on a lifetime membership. That was for the All Access Pass, which isn't the Academy of Thriving Therapy. That is where you've just got the 130 self-study courses, but that was something that I stopped last year. The Academy of Thriving Therapy is something different. It's got additional courses in, and it's got the coaching calls, so you would have to join the $47 a month to get access to that. So, doesn't look like we have any other questions. Thank you all for joining me. It's been wonderful to see you all from Canada, US, New Zealand, UK, Australia. And thank you for giving me, gosh, just over an hour of your time. It's been wonderful. I hope to see you in the Academy, because it'd be my pleasure to work with you and help you to build something that's going to work around you and your lifestyle. So thank you very much and take good care. Have a great day.